Adam Benzing at short, Austin Trundle, the pitcher, Parker Hesse, the DH, batting for the third baseman, Brock Waters, the catcher, Jordan Wolf, Jacob Ronan in left field, Hunter Hamill in center, Matt Simblick at second, Sam Schwartz at first base, and Marshall Lyons in right field. So Adam Benzing will start things here in the top of the first inning. Benzing in at 387 with no home runs and 4 RBIs. First pitch of the game from Josie Jewell is taken high. It's 1 ball and no strikes. 7:31 first pitch for Josie Jewell. On the night, the 1-0 delivery is taken inside again. 2 balls, no strikes. Josie in at 3-1, 27 in the third inning, 17 hits, 9 earned run, 18 walks, 31 strikeouts. He's got an ERA of 2.30 as that one smacked into right field past Morstead and into right for a base hit. Opponent's hitting 139 against him. Adam Benzing gets a single to right to start the game, Luke.
Yeah, and it was pretty decent piece of hitting there. It went the other way on that outside pitch. Josie needs to work ahead, and hopefully we can cut down on that sort of thing.
So a runner at first and nobody out. And to the plate will go Austin Trundle as that one taken up. 1 ball, no strikes. And about the only negative stat for Josie, 18 walks in 27 and the third innings.
Yep, and that's something you gotta get that number down. Don't give away extra base runners, and that'll really help yourself when it comes time to winning a ball game.
Stretch by Josie, and a squaring to bunt is Trundle. He bunts it up the third base side. It's picked up in foul ground by Kyle Kane from behind the plate. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Austin Ashbacker in left, Gavin Nimrod in center, and James Osley in right. Dustin Carey at third, Jake Qualley at short. Colin Nimrod at second, and at first base, Eric Smorstead. Behind the plate is Kyle Kane and Josie Jewell on the hill. And Josie steps off the rubber as Carey playing in on the grass at third. Trundle, the pitcher for Waukon, trying to help his own cause. No side of bunting there as the pitch taken low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Trundle at 214 with a double, no triples, no home runs, and 3 RBI. The 2-1 delivery. That one catches the corner on a breaking ball, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. The stretch and the 2-2. A fastball up for 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Josie in his last outing, a win over New Hampton on Monday night. He ended up walking 7 in 8 innings. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count in the 3-2 delivery. Curveball outside corner taken for strike 3. Trundle was throwing the bat away, and Bob Jacobson said touche.
Yep, and Josie's been on the curveball so far. He's been pretty sharp. Two curveballs there to Trundle, and that's the go-to pitch for Josie when he's on.
Parker Hesse is the batter. 1 on, 1 out. Top of the first inning, no score. Hesse, the DH for the Indians, will take one a little bit low, missing on the fastball, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Hesse at 6:15 with 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, 5 RBIs. He's played in half the games, and he's 8 for 13. Swung on and missed at a curveball on the inside edge, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count on Parker Hesse with 1 on and 1 out here in the first inning. Runner bluffs going, and a curveball taken on the outside edge for a strike, and it's 1-2 now on Parker Hesse.
Another great curveball from Josie on the outer corner and right on that knee. That's right where you want to live.
1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 down, and the pitch swung on a ground ball toward short. Jake Qualley makes the play, goes to Colin Nimrod at second for 1, and a throw to first base is not in time as Eric Smorstad goes catcher on the bid to knock that one down and prevent an errant throw, but a fielder's choice 6-4 for the second out of the inning.
Really well done by Smorstad over there. Knew he wasn't going to be able to get the out, so he squared his body up and made a very sound baseball play and kept that ball in front of him.
Runner at first and 2 down, and Jordan Wolf to the plate. Scoreless game here in the first. Wolf at 5:22, 12 for 23 thus far, 4 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs, and 12 RBI. And the first pitch, a curveball swung on and missed in the dirt, no balls and 1 strike. And that breaking ball is basically about knee level and below.
Yeah, it is. So far he's kept it on that knee. You don't want to leave him up, but he's done a good job so far with it.
0-1 delivery. Fastball missing outside, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike from Josie Jewell. Point I was about to make, of the 7 walks that he had against New Hampton, 5 of them were on 3-2 counts. 1 ball, 1 strike, and a curveball catches the outside edge, taken for strike 2 to the left-hand hitting Wolf, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and two the count with Essie at first and nobody out, or in 2 outs, I should say, here in the first inning. 1-2 delivery, fastball missing outside. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and two the count with 2 down. And the pitch swung on, a little roller right back to Josie. He stumbles off the mound and gives Smorstad an underhand toss. And that's that for the first inning. So, 1 hit and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the first inning. It's Waukon nothing, and Decorah coming to bat. And Decorah will bat this way. Leading off in center field will be Gavin Nimrod. Batting second at shortstop, Jake Wally. Hitting third in right field, James Osley. Batting fourth, the pitcher, Josie Jewell. Hitting fifth in left field, Austin Ashbacker. Hitting sixth, the catcher, Kyle Kane. Batting seventh at third base is Dustin Carey. Hitting eighth at first base is Eric Smorstad. And batting ninth is the second baseman, Colin Nimrod. And that lineup will face Austin Trundle, the senior for the Indians. Trundle is 0-2 with the .323 ERA. Opponents hitting .292 against him. 8 2/3 innings, 14 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts on the season. So, Indians played a game last night. They've had 10 guys pitch already this year. No one's throwing more than 8 2/3 innings. My guess is Coach Keenan and Coach Sires probably really don't know where the shuffle of pitchers is at this moment, having thrown that many guys in the early portion of the schedule.
Yeah, that many guys with that many innings through this many games would suggest that they're not too sure who their top guys are right now. But, with guys who haven't thrown before, it may take a week or two to figure it out. Trundle looks to be a guy who throws fastball and a curveball and doesn't throw too hard, but sometimes it's kind of a guy that we've had a little trouble with historically.
Gavin Nimrod will start things here in the bottom of the first inning. Nimrod has reached base safely in 9 of 12 games. He's hitting .265, 5 doubles, no triples, no home runs, 6 RBIs. .265 may be the batting average, but .432 is the on-base percentage. And the pitch swung on and fouled at the plate. No balls and 1 strike, and that on-base percentage probably a more important stat to a leadoff hitter.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. That's all you really care about. If he's getting on base almost half the time, you don't have to worry about too much out of that leadoff spot.
No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch inside corner taken for strike 2, and it's 0-2 as Trendle works ahead. Jacob Ronan in left, Hunter Hamill in center, Marshall Lyons in right, Brock Waters at third, Adam Benzing at short. 0-2 delivery, floats outside on an off-speed breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Matt Cymbaluk at second, and Sam Schwartz will be at first. Behind the plate is Jordan Wolf and Austin Trundle on the hill. Trundle ready with the 1-2 taken right down Broadway for strike 3.
Pretty good start for Trundle. Peppered the strike zone, and definitely don't like striking out looking to start the game.
1 down, nobody on, and Jake Qualley to the plate. No score here in the first inning. Qualley at .220, 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 5 RBI. The pitch is a little up. 1 ball, no strikes on Qualley, who picked up a loss and a save on the hill in Tuesday night's game against Owine. The 1-0 delivery taken for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Qualley picked up a couple of losses in a row, but his offense only gave him 3 runs in those 2 losses, and Jake had a couple of admirable outings there. As the pitch swung on, a chopper towards short, Adam Benzing there to make the play. He floats the throw over to first base, and it's over the head of the first baseman, and reaching first on the error is Jake Qualley. Benzing had plenty of time, but he almost took too much time.
Yep, and that's classic case. You see that a lot. Guys get too comfortable and don't focus in, and that time he just airmailed it.
James Osley will come to the plate. 1 on, 1 out, first inning, no score. Osley at 205 thus far. No extra base hits and 3 RBI. Stretch and the pitch. Swung on, popped up, left side. Retreating is the shortstop, Adam Benzing, on the lip between the infield dirt and the outfield grass. Will make the catch, and there's 2 down here in the first inning. And James been a kid that's been kind of notoriously a slow starter, and sometimes you tend to press a little bit, and he might have gone after a bad ball on the first pitch there.
Yeah, I think so. You like his aggressiveness, but you like to be a little more selective on that first pitch.
So runner at first and 2 down, and Josie Jewell at the plate as that one hammered down the left field line, but well foul. No balls, 1 strike. Josie leading the team with 14 hits, 4 doubles, 1 home run, and 7 RBIs to this point. Actually, Austin Ashbacker leads the team with 8 RBIs. Josie hitting .350. Over the past 5 games, the Vikes have struggled, but Josie has been the lone star at the plate. He is 10 for 19 in that time. No balls, 1 strike, and Trendle will step off and give a soft toss over to first base and Qualley will get dirty, diving back to the bag. Stretch, and now a quicker throw over to first base. Qualley back to the bag once again. Nothing in 1 on Josie, with the runner at first, 2 down, and a scoreless game, bottom of the first. The pitch, that one catches the corner on the outside edge, taken for strike 2. And it snowballs 2 strikes to count. Nothing in 2, and the pitch just misses the outside corner as he missed on the fastball. It's 1-2. Bob Jacobson calling the balls and strikes. Donnie DeLora working the base pass tonight. 1-2 the count. Qualley away from first, and the 1-2 delivery as Qualley goes ground ball towards short. It's kicked there by Benzing, and everyone's going to be safe. So Benzing having a tough first inning as he was cutting over to the bag to cover to potentially take a throw for Qualley taking second base, but he ended up literally kicking the ball. So a couple of errors. We'll put 2 runners on in the first inning, and when teams are generous to you, you got to take advantage of them.
Yep, exactly. We talked about that timely hitting in the pregame, and here's a spot where you really would look for it with 2 outs to kind of break this game open for you a little bit.
Austin Ashbacker does lead the team with 8 RBIs. He's hitting .184 though, 7 for 38, 2 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs and 8 RBIs. Ground ball towards short, and Benzing picks it up, and a soft toss over to third base to retire and force Qualley, and that's that for the first inning. 2 errors and 2 runners left. We are 1 inning complete here in Decorah. It is Decorah nothing and Waukon nothing. Top of the second inning we go. It's a scoreless game between Decorah and Waukon. Darren Swinson and Luke Kane with you for Northeast Iowa Conference Baseball. Coming up on Monday night, it'll be Decorah and Waverly Shell Rock. We'll have that one at 7:20 right here on AM 1240 KDEC. Tuesday night, we will have softball as Decorah will take on Turkey Valley. It'll be a 7:20 start time here from Decorah, and then Wednesday we'll have both baseball and softball. Baseball at North Fayette at 3:50, and softball against New Hampton at 7:20. As Jacob Ronan will start things here in the top of the second inning. No score between Decorah and Waukon. Ronan will start from the right-hand side of the plate, and the pitch is in there for a strike. It is 0-1. Ronan at 231, 1 double, no triples, no home runs, and 4 RBI. The 0-1 delivery smacked 1 hopper right back to Josie, who will take a couple of steps towards the bag and give Smorsy an underhand toss for the first out of the second inning. Josie, the self-defense 5th infielder that time, Luke.
Yeah, that's what you expect out of your pitchers. They're an infielder too, and that was Josie showed off his very, very quick hands on that play.
1 down, nobody on. Hunter Hamill now for Waukon in a scoreless game here in the second. Hamill at 167, no extra base hits, and 2 RBIs, and Josie starts him with the strike. 0-1 the count. No score here in the second inning. Josie ready in the pitch. He thought about it, thought better of it, had a high fastball and a appeal down to first base, and Don Dolores says incomplete. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, and Josie delivers. Misses on the fastball low. It's 2 balls, 1 strike now. I mentioned the number of walks that Josie has had to this point, but a good amount of strikeouts, 31 and 27 and a third. Breaking ball missing outside. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. Josie has 31 strikeouts. The other 3 Decorah pitchers have a combined 41 right now. As the pitch, fastball misses inside for ball 4 as Hamill receives a 1-out walk here in the second inning.
Still some room to sharpen up here from our pitchers. Like we said, that curveball has looked really good so far, but we got to get refined on that location with the fastball.
Runner at first, 1 down, and Matt Simbulik for walk-on. Simbulik 1 for 13 with no RBIs on the campaign. Pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Josie has gotten a first pitch strike on 5 of the 7 batters he has faced. Simbulik bunts third base side and foul. And I don't think he was bunting for a sacrifice that time.
No, I don't think so. He showed that pretty darn late, and he might have had to sleep it if he would have gotten it in fair play.
After that, Carey moves even with the bag at third base. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Hamill at first, 1 down. Second inning, no score. Josie comes set in the 0-2 delivery, swinging a foul back at a fastball at eye level. And the count remains no balls and 2 strikes.
Even though that pitch is out of the zone, that's a great place to be on that 0-2 pitch, putting the fastball at the eyes.
Stretch. And the 0-2 delivery, curveball outside corner, strike 3 called. Josie gets his second strikeout, 2 down here in the second inning.
And there it was right there. That curveball was set up by that previous pitch, that high fastball, and Josie executed it and got the strikeout.
Sam Schwartz now for walk-on at 222 with 3 RBI on the campaign. Runner at first, 2 down, second inning, no score. And a fastball goes up. It's 1 ball, no strikes. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 errors for walk-on thus far. The Vikings with no runs, no hits, and no errors to this point. As the pitch swung on and missed, it is 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Sam Schwartz. Stretch by Josie in the 1-1. Fastball missing inside. It is 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Josie with the 2-1 curve. Got over again on the outside edge, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Josie's struggling to spot that fastball, but the curve has been very effective as the deuce is now wild on Sam Schwartz. 2-2 the count, the pitch. Fastball up. So now it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Hamill will be running at first base with 2 down. Josie comes set, runner goes, pitch, check swing. It's taken low for ball 4. As Schwartz able to lay off a curveball that was low and outside, a couple of walks have put runners at first and second with 2 down. For the number 9 hitter, Marshall Lyons. No score here in the second inning. Lyons at 250 with a double on the season. He's 4 for 16. And the first pitch is up. 1 ball, no strikes. Indians only playing their 9th game of the season to this point. Decorah playing their 13th and Decorah playing their 5th conference game as compared to the Indians playing their 3rd. Pitch swung on and missed. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners lead from their respective bases. Josie comes set. A look back at second, and he'll whirl and not make a throw. Ball and a strike from Josie Jewell to Marshall Lyons in the 1-1 delivery. Outside corner taken for a strike. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. It looked like Lyons was looking for the curve and got the fastball that time, Luke.
Yeah, and that's probably the best fastball Josie's thrown on the outside corner and at the knee.
A ball and 2 strikes with 2 down. Stretch by Josie. A look back at second in the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. One hopper right to Colin Nimrod, who'll go the short way to second for the out, and that's that for inning number 2. 2 walks and 2 runners left. We head to the bottom half of the second inning. It is a scoreless game between Decorah and Waukon. Kyle Kane, Dustin Carey, and Eric Smorstead here in the second inning for Decorah in a scoreless game. Northeast Iowa Conference baseball tonight on AM 1240 KDEC and at KDECradio.net. Kyle Kane, first ball swing, grounds one towards third, and Brock Waters, he's going to throw towards first base, and it's scooped out nicely. No, it's not, as Schwartz couldn't hang on to the ball at first base, and the third error thus far allows Kyle Kane to reach here in the second inning, and Sweska will get his courtesy at first base.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Initially, it looked like Schwartz had picked that ball up, but I wonder if he had it. It was trapped somewhere in his uniform or something. But nonetheless, we've got a runner with nobody out.
Sweska at first base, nobody out. Dustin Carey to the plate. Scoreless game here in the second inning. Carey doing a nice job with the stick, 9 for 27, moved to first base, and Sweska back diving to the bag. That calculates out to .333 with a double, no triples, no home runs, and 4 RBI. Sweska will lead at first. Trundle back to the stretch. He comes set, and the pitch swung on, and a ground ball foul past third. And Cocho. That bad hip. He's not going down as much as he used to. I can't say I blame him.
I don't at all.
No balls, 1 strike to count. Good lead at first base by Sweska, and a move over there will send Sweska back diving to the bag.
Kind of a quick move. It looked like it had Sweska frozen for a second there, but he got back in plenty of time.
In the biz, we call him leaning on the play. Pitch, swinging a foul, right side out of play, so Carey trailing in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Carey picked up the win on the hill the other night, and that was probably the number one positive of that Owine doubleheader. He didn't get the sweep, he got the split instead, but whenever you play back-to-back conference doubleheaders, your pitching depth gets tested, and Carey and Qualley both did a pretty nice job. 0-2 delivery, pitch out, nothing doing. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, and back to that point there, it's huge when you have a third and a fourth guy that you can count on to get outs in big games, and that looks like something that we have this year.
And the depth last year was something they took advantage of. Swinging a foul at the plate by Carey. As 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Dustin Carey. Luke, Mr. Popularity, getting messages left and right. Moved to first base. Sweska back to the bag, standing. Must be the fact a few years ago Luke Kane did score 4 touchdowns in a game against Waukon.
I did in fact do that.
That was his Al Bundy moment.
Yes.
Runner goes, pitch swung on, popped up, foul. Right side, not a play. He doesn't drive a Dodge, though. He drives an Impala.
You bet.
God's Chariot.
God's Chariot. Only the finest drive the Impalas.
Yeah. With Connor Doyle perhaps being the exception.
Yes, very true. I'm glad you pointed that out for us.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and another move to first base, and Sweska back to the bag, diving. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Runner at first, nobody out. Second inning, no score. Indians have committed 3 errors thus far. And the pitch, breaking ball outside for 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Dustin's done a nice job of getting back into this at bat by taking some close pitches and fouling some off.
2-2 the count. Runner goes, pitch swung on, a ground ball towards short. Benzing's going to pick it up, throw it to second for 1 out, throw it to first, not in time. The ball was sharply hit, and even with a quick kid like Sweska running, Benzing, when he was able to make the play, cut down Sweska at second. 1 down, and 1 on here in the second inning. And here's Eric Smorstad, no score here in the second. Smorstad 2 for 20 on the season, 100, with no extra base hits or RBIs to this point. A lead at first base by Dustin Carey, and the pitch is in there for a strike to Smorsy. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, 1-3 for the Indians, nothing across for Decorah. Here's a softly hit ball to the third base side, picked up there by Waters, and actually he bobbles it, and everyone is going to be safe. A little swinging bunt for Smorsy, and he wheels out an infield single.
You bet. And, we haven't really had a real hard hit ball yet today, but our aggressive approach has lent us to force them into making some errant plays out there.
And Smorstad will actually get lifted for a pinch runner, and Brighton Meyer will run for him at first base. Colin Nimrod, who had the game-winning hit in Game 2 of the doubleheader against Owine the other night, will come to the plate. Nimrod hitting .286, no extra base hits and 5 RBI. So the pitch, low outside, backhand stop made by Jordan Wolf behind the plate. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Away from second, Carey. Away from first is Meyer. And the 1-0 to Colin, a curveball missing, or it actually caught the corner. It's Bob, I should know better. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Trindle with the set. The pitch goes outside. It is 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Indian defense has let them down big time thus far, but the Vikes putting the ball in play. Only 1 strikeout thus far, the first time through the order. The pitch swung on and missed. At a breaking ball low and away, and it's 2-2. In fact, related to the strikeout total, in the first 12 games, Decorah has only struck out 40 times. That's a very acceptable total.
Yeah, you're right about that. It is acceptable.
2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 down. The pitch to Collin, a ground ball towards third, picked up there by Waters. And missing the tag is Dustin Carey, and everyone's going to be safe. Waters tried to apply the tag. He missed him. Carey just eluded him, and the bases are going to be loaded. A fielder's choice for Nimrod.
Yes, and we still haven't really crushed the ball yet, but put the ball in play and good things are bound to happen for you, and that's just what we've done thus far.
Runners up at the infield up at the corners, back up the middle as Gavin Nimrod takes the pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes, bases loaded, 1 down, second inning, no score. Nimrod struck out looking his first time up. One ball, no strikes. Stretch and the 1-0. Curveball taken on the inside edge for a strike. And by the way, of those 40 strikeouts, you had 1 game where you faced Cole McDonald of New Hampton, and that was an 11 strikeout game. So the other 11 games, it's only been 29. Ground ball toward short. Benzing makes the play. Takes second for 1, and a throw to first base is wild. Carey scores on the play. Brighton Meyer is going to score as well, and it's a 2-0 lead for Decorah. So, a fielder's choice for Nimrod. He'll get an RBI because you can't assume the double play. Carey able to score on the play. Meyer will score on the throwing error by Benzing. A 6 unassisted put-out retires Nimrod. It'll end up being the 5th error for Waukon, and the Vikes, again, just putting the ball in play, and good things are happening.
Yeah, and you feel bad for Trundle on the mound because he definitely does not deserve to be down 2-0. He's pitched pretty well against us and kept us pretty off balance, but like I said, you put the ball in play, you avoid the strikeout, and some good things are going to happen for you.
So a 2-0 lead for Decorah. And Coach Jerry Keenan out to the mound to talk to the infield and battery, and that was one of those conversations that might have been more talking to the infield than anybody else.
Yeah, most definitely.
And Jake Qualley, who reached on an error his first time up, will come to the plate. 5 errors already for Waukon. And a 2-0 lead for Decorah as Qualley smacks one towards right center field. That one will land for a base hit. Gavin will head to third on the play. First and third with 2 outs for Decorah.
Well done by Qualley going the other way, and he's done that so well over the past few years. Just another great job keeping the hands back until the ball's in the zone and letting them go and going the other way.
So first and third with 2 down and 2 in, and James Osley, who popped the short his first time up, will come to the plate. A 2-0 lead for Decorah, thanks to some defensive miscues, and way many of them by Waukon. Here's ground ball right back to Trundle, and he'll give Schwartz an underhand toss at first base to retire the side. So, let's see, 2 runs on 1 hit, 3 Indian errors, and 2 runners left on base. We head to the top of the third inning. It is Decorah 2 and Waukon nothing. Top of the third inning we go. It is a 2-0 lead for Decorah. Kind of a weird line score right now. 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors for Decorah. No runs, 1 hit, 5 errors for Waukon.
Top of the third inning for Waukon.
So, we head to the top of the third inning, and we'll tell you it's Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECRadio.net. Darren Swenson and Luke Kane for Decorah Viking baseball tonight. Adam Benzing, who has struggled in the field but is 1 for 1 with the stick, smacks one into left field and a base hit. So Benzing with the stick, now 2 for 2. He has both base hits for the Indians to this point. A leadoff single here in the third inning. So a runner at first, nobody out. Austin Trundle struck out looking his first time up against Josie. Lights have just been turned on here at Olensack Field. Couple more weeks yet as Trundle bunts straight up in the air. Josie dives. He can't get there. It's though picked up by Smorstad, and he'll throw to first base with Colin Nimrod covering. And the out recorded 3-4. Trundle's going to get a sacrifice out of all that, but credit Colin Nimrod for getting there to first base in time to get the out there, Luke.
Yeah, that was a great job by Colin being where he was supposed to. And also a pretty good job by Smorstad of staying ahead of the play and not thinking about going to second base because nobody was there. He took the for sure out at first.
Runner at second, 1 down. Parker Hesse bounced into a fielder's choice his first time up, and he'll look at a strike, 0-1. Josie with the toss back to second base, and back to the bag diving is Adam Benzing as the bag gets dislodged in a little grooming out at second base by Benzing and Nimrod. Usually an issue when there's a hard play at second base.
Yeah, it usually is, but you'd rather have that bag come off than break your arm, so
yeah,
that's the way I always looked at it.
And the insurance agents and the lawyers think the same way. To a kid who's taking his LSATs on Monday. 0-1 delivery. Curveball outside corner taken for strike 2, and it's now 2 strikes to nothing on Parker Hesse. Stretch 0-2, swung on a ground ball towards third, picked up there by Carey, looks the runner back, and he'll throw across the diamond to retire Hesse. And there's 2 down here in the third inning. Nice play on multiple fronts by Dustin Carey.
Yep, great job. You did exactly what you're supposed to do and keep that runner at second base along with getting the out, so the inning's still in line to get out of here.
Runner at second, 2 down, and Jordan Wolf will try to come up with the 2-out hit for the Indians. Wolf grounded to the pitcher his first time up. He'll look at a fastball on the outside edge from Josie for a strike, 0-1. 2-0 Decorah. We play the top of the third. Vikes have been helped out a ton by 5 Indian errors to this point. Check swing and a foul ball off the bat of Jordan Wolf. And it's 2 strikes to nothing. Jordan, the cleanup hitter for the Indians, and we definitely don't hold who his uncle is against him. That's Larry Wolf, now the assistant principal over at Charles City.
That's right.
0-2 delivery, a fastball up. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. We only pick on the people we like, just to let you know. 1-2 from Josie. Here it comes. The pitch swung on, a little chopper right back to Josie at the bottom of the hill. And he'll throw across the diamond to Smorstad and retire the side. So 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the bottom half of the third inning. It's a 2-0 lead for Decorah. Bottom of the third inning we go. It's a 2-0 lead for Decorah. The Decorah Vikings softball team picked up a couple of wins today went 1-1 today, I should say, down at the Jessup tournament. They lost their first game to Waterloo East 10-9 and defeated Independence 8-0. So they'll have 2 more games at Jessup tomorrow. Then we'll have their next home game on the air on Tuesday night as Decorah takes on Turkey Valley. Josie starts things here in the third, swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. No balls, 1 strike. Jewel reached on an error in the first inning. 2-0 Decorah with the help of 5 walk-on errors to this point. You really got a feel for Austin Trundle to this point because he's thrown pretty well as Josie pops one up right side. Retreating is the first baseman, Sam Schwartz. He'll make the catch in fair territory behind the bag on the first base side. 1 down here in the third inning.
Yeah, Trundle's really been cruising right along. He hasn't given up much outside of the hit to Qualley, but his defense hasn't been there behind him.
And Austin Ashbacker, who bounced into a force play to end the third inning, will swing at the first one, ground one up the middle. It's picked up there by Bensing, and he'll throw on to first base to retire Ashbacker. So 3 pitches get rid of the first 2 hitters here in the third inning. So 2 down, nobody on. And Kyle Kane, who reached on an error.
The catcher, Kyle Kane.
In the third inning will come to the plate, or in the second inning. He's batting here in the third with a 2-0 Decorah lead. There's ground ball towards short, picked up there by Benzing. Throws across the diamond to retire Kane on a 4-pitch inning. Gets the Vikings down here in the third inning. So 3 up, 3 down. We head to the fourth. It is a 2-0 lead for Decorah. We go to the top half of the fourth inning. Darren Swenson, Luke Kane with you for Decorah Viking and Northeast Iowa Conference baseball tonight. Indians out hitting the Vikings 2-1. Vikes lead the stat that counts 2-0. Indians leading the most negative stat 5-0. As Jacob Ronan will start things here in the fourth inning. He'll look the first one high from Josie. 1 ball, no strikes. He tapped back to Josie in the first inning. Actually, it was a hard hit ball that Josie made a pretty nice play on and probably robbed him of a base hit. Pitch taken low. It is 2 balls, no strikes. Two and 0 the count. Josie about ready to throw his 50th pitch of the game. 2-0 delivery. That's curve, and that's in there for a strike, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike count. Waukon 3-5, coming off a non-conference win against MFL last night. And here's a chopper towards third and foul. Coach Keenan didn't quite get down to get that one, but Dustin Carey there to back him up. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Don't forget, all of our games on this year are online. We have a different server for our streaming this year, but the link to it is at KDECradio.net in the sports section. Fastball up, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Luke did that last Friday night.
I did. It worked very well for me. Got to hear the whole game.
3 balls, 2 strikes to count. The pitch swung on and a ground ball towards short. Fielded on a couple of hops by Qualley. He'll throw on to first base, and beating it out is Jacob Ronan.
Yeah, kind of that in-between hop there kind of caught Qualley a little bit and wasn't able to get rid of the ball as quickly as he would like to, and that allowed him to beat the throw at first.
So, 1 on, nobody out, and Hunter Hamill to the plate. 2-0 Decorah here in the top of the fourth inning. Hamill walked in the second. Josie delivers, Hammer bunts it foul right back towards us and out of play.
I thought we were going to get to make a play there.
Exactly. Now, if we still had a 3-window press box like we did in the old days,
that might have been through.
Well, Elliott would have made the play.
No doubt.
He would have gotten his hat out and gotten himself a souvenir. Hamel squares to bunt, bunts it foul, third base side, and it snowballs and 2 strikes. And I can bet Coach Keenan probably going to be working on some bunting because some of the attempts have, to be honest with you, have left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, a lot of them have gone straight up in the air. That's never where you want to be when you're bunting the baseball.
No balls, 2 strikes, the count on Hunter Hamel in the 0-2 delivery. A curveball swung on and missed as Hunter Hamel tried to wait back and waited too long. A good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Hamel.
Yeah, that was a really good pitch by Josie with the curve on the inside corner, and Hamel just did not know how to handle that one.
So, runner at first, 1 down, and Matt Cymbulik, who struck out looking, will come to the plate. His first at-bat in the second inning. His first pitch taken low. It's 1 ball, no strikes. 2-0 Decorah. Got both their runs on a Colin Nimrod fielder's choice. The bases loaded and 1 down in the second inning. 1 run got home via an RBI. The other got home via a throwing error after the initial out was recorded as that one fouled right side. And out of play for 1 ball, 1 strike on Matt Cymbulik. A couple of sophomores that dressed with the varsity getting foul ball duty tonight. As they should.
Always fun.
Exactly. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Pitch swung out, a ground ball towards second, slowly hit, picked up there by Colin Nimrod. He'll have only 1 play, and he'll throw to first base to retire Cymbulik. And there's 2 down here in the second inning. Good job not panicking by Colin Nimrod.
Yep, especially with that runner crossing your face. That's an easy spot to get ahead of yourself. But Colin did a nice job of staying calm and making sure we got the out.
So, runner at second, 2 down for Sam Schwartz, who walked in the second. 2-0 Decorah, top half the 4th inning. Josie comes set, a look back at second, and the pitch taken low. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Don't worry, I gave him clearance, Luke. So
good to hear.
Yeah.
Good to know.
We have good security system up here. 1-0. Pitch in there for a strike.
The security's finally here.
Yeah. Barrett Keane was in the booth, so he needed a bouncer.
That's a good choice on your part.
1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball taken for a strike, and it's 1-2. One and 2 with 2 down. Josie comes set and the pitch fisted foul up the first base side. So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Sam Schwartz. A 2-0 lead for Decorah, trying to win their 9th game of the season. And their 5th conference game of the season. The pitch outside, it's 2-2. Probably an understated thing from Tuesday night's second game down at Owine. That was career win number 1,300 for Coach O.
Wow, that's a big number.
Crazy. 2-2 the count. The pitch taken low. It hops away from Keane to his right. So moving up to third will be Ronan on the wild pitch.
It's a ball that probably should be kept in the circle. Don't want to let that runner advance.
And you're tested a lot, obviously, as a Decorah catcher with the number of curveballs that gets called. The 3-2 swing and a miss for strike 3. So, a 1 hit and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 4th. We're halfway home at Decorah. It's a 2-0 lead for the Vikings. Dustin Carey starts things here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. A 2-0 lead for Decorah. Dustin Carey reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the second inning, and that one hit him on the inside portion of the plate and kind of grazed him in the elbow on the off-speed offering. So Carey starts the 4th inning by reaching base. Second time a leadoff runner has reached for Decorah. Runner at first and nobody out, and here's Eric Smorstad, who shockingly reached on an error in the second inning. His pinch runner, Brighton Meyer, scored the second run of the game as Smorsy takes the pitch low. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 runs, 1 hit, and no errors for Decorah. No runs, 3 hits, and 5 errors for Waukon.
And you'd have to think the bunt would be on, especially with the way they've played defense this far.
The 1-0 taken high, and now a throw to right field is past the first baseman Schwartz, so heading up to second is Dustin Carey. Error number 6 on the Indians, and that one going against the catcher, Jordan Wolf.
Yeah, that's probably just a throw that probably shouldn't have been made.
A bluff probably does well in that situation, right?
Yep, definitely. Serves the purpose you're trying to gain.
2-0 the count, and the pitch taken at the knees for a strike. No sign of bunting there from Smorstad. Probably a good call there, because if you're 2-0, you might get a fastball down Broadway.
Yeah, why not?
2 balls, 1 strike. Smorsy bunts and does so right into the air. It reaches Trundle on 2 hops, and Schwartz makes the put out at first base. Sacrifice complete, 1-3. So Smorstad gets the job done. Runner at third, and 1 down, and Colin Nimrod to the plate for Decorah.
Smorsy did his job, and now it's up to the rest of the lineup to get those timely hits we were talking about.
Colin Nimrod bounced into a fielder's choice in the second inning. 0 for 1. 2-0 Decorah, bottom of the fourth. Infield playing up at third, but back at every other spot for Waukon. A pitch taken outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Kind of surprised in the fourth inning that everyone isn't up right here.
Yeah, I am too, especially down 2 runs. You don't only have 3 more turns at bat. You can't let it get too out of hand.
As Waters holds the runner on, scores, and here's a squeeze play. Colin Nimrod, and picking it up is Trundle. He'll only have 1 play. It'll be first base. Nimrod retired there, but scoring on the squeeze is Dustin Carey, and it's a 3-0 lead for Decorah.
And Colin does such a great job of bunting the baseball, and that's not the first time we've seen him drop down to squeeze this year. I'm probably pretty certain it won't be the last, but that's very well executed.
Colin Nimrod with his 5th sacrifice bunt of the season. And Gavin Nimrod smacks one towards short, is picked up there by Benzing. He'll throw on to first base to retire Gavin, and that's that for the 4th inning. 1 run, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left. We head to the 5th. It is a 3-0 lead for Decorah. Top of the 5th inning we go. Vikings with only 1 hit, but in the stats that counts, they lead it by a 3-0 margin. It'll be Marshall Lyons, Adam Benzing, and Austin Trindle for the Indians as Bryce Pierce comes in to play first base for Decorah. 9-1-2 due for the Indians here as Lyons looks at first pitch inside corner for a strike, 0-1. He bounced into a force play to end the second, 0 for 1. Curveball missing low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Josie's thrown 67 pitches. He's walked 2 and he's struck out 4 to this point. Pitch, fastball up. It is 2 balls, 1 strike on Marshall Lyons now. Two and 1 the count, the pitch. Curveball missing low. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. Guess your mom and dad forgot to bring their radio along and they just wanted to hang outside the press box and listen to the wisdom of Luke Kane. 3-1, inside corner taken for strike 2, and it's 3-2. Second time tonight an Indian batter has started to move towards first base, and Mr. Jacobson says, not so fast. 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Josie able to battle back after being down 3-1 there, Luke.
Yeah, and, he finished that at bat up with 2 pretty darn good fastballs. When he gets that fastball in the zone, he can throw it by a lot of hitters.
1 down, nobody on. And Adam Benzing to the plate for the Indians, and he'll look at a strike, 0-1. 2-0 Decorah here in the 5th inning. With 1 out in the second, Colin Nimrod bounced into a fielder's choice. It allowed 1 run to score, and an errant throw on the fielder's choice allowed the 2nd run to score. The pitch taken up, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Adam Benzing. The 1-1 delivery, a curveball missing low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Benzing with 2 of the 3 hits for Waukon. A single to right in the first and a single to left in the third. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Swung on a fly ball into right field. Retreating is James Astley, medium depth. He'll make a 2-handed catch. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. Josie yet to have a 1-2-3 inning here tonight. So 2 down, nobody on, and Austin Trendle for a walk-on. Struck out looking in the first, sacrificed a runner-up in the third. 3-0 Decorah here in the fifth. The pitch well high as the breaking ball slips out of the hands of Josie. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Josie kicks and deals, and the 1-0 delivery, swing and a miss on a fastball. It's 1-1. Temperature's starting to cool off. Most people in sweatshirts or jackets. 1-1, swung on a ground ball foul on the third base side. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Summer doesn't officially start until June 21st, so apparently Mother Nature actually waiting for the official start of summer to warm up at all.
Yeah, that's too bad. I like it when it's 100 degrees.
Yeah. 94 is my ideal temp. Pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Josie gets his first 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Stretch time at Decorah. It's 3-0 Vikings.
For the 5th inning stretch.
Curveball taken low by Jake Qualley, who has the only hit of the night for Decorah. He reached on an error in the first and singled to right in the second inning. 3-0 Decorah as we play the bottom half of the 5th. A 1-0 delivery smacked into left field and a base hit. So Qualley now 2 for 3 as Jake gets ahead in the count and smacks a single into left.
Another good piece of hitting by Jake, but let's see if we can string a few of these together. We haven't had back-to-back hits yet tonight, I don't think.
And Sweska will pinch run for Qualley at first base.
Pinch runner Cole Sweska at first.
And James Osley will come to the plate. Osley has popped to short in the first, grounded to the pitcher in the second. Up again here in the 5th and a 3-0 Decorah lead. Sweska, the runner at first base, the stretch and the pitch. Curveball over the outside edge for a strike. It's 0-1 on Osley. Vikes starting to take some pitches here, and we'll talk about your approach here momentarily. No balls, 1 strike in the pitch. Outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. Coming in, Decorah only with a .239 batting average on the season. And sometimes when you're struggling, you get probably inappropriately aggressive, and you want to make something happen, and you want to get out of that slump, move to first base, Sweska back to the bag diving, and sometimes that takes your approach and makes you struggle even more than you need to, Luke.
Yeah, and I think tonight's a very good example of that.
0-2 delivery, swung on a chopper towards short. Play made there by Benzing. He'll try to go to second and get the lead runner, and that will happen as Osley hits into a fielder's choice 6-4, 1 down here in the 5th.
Yeah, and especially when you're facing a pitcher like Trundle who doesn't overpower you, and throws quite a few breaking balls, sometimes, that aggressive approach can come back to bite you. And I think we've seen that a little bit tonight, but as the game's worn on, we have started to take a few more pitches, which is good to see. I think will lead to some success here in the later innings.
As Josie Jewell looks at a strike, 0-1. Josie reached on an error in the first and popped to first in the third. 3-0 Decorah as we play the bottom half of the 5th inning in a ball game that's an hour old. Trendle comes set, and the pitch to Josie just missed inside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Hello to my neighbor Curtis Johnson listening in, providing commentary via text message tonight. Be careful who you give your cell phone number to. That's my only life advice I can give.
I've learned that lesson.
1-1 pitch to Josie inside. Got away from the catcher, Wolf, so moving up to second base will be Osley, and that's a pass ball because that one just popped out of the glove of Wolf.
Yeah, that pitch might have been pretty decently close to a strike. Maybe they got crossed up on the signs or something that led to that pass ball.
Runner at second, 1 down, and a 2-1 count now on Josie. And that one hopped away from Wolf again, and that one popped out of his glove. So moving up to third on another pass ball will be Osley, and it's now 3-1 on Josie.
Let's see if we can get this guy in now with a nice hit.
That was the 51st pitch only on the night for Austin Trundle.
He has done quite a good job of staying ahead of batters, working ahead. And, without the mishaps by the defense, this might be a much different ball game.
2-1 the count. The pitch low and outside for ball 4. And Wolf tried to bluff that he lost that ball, but James wasn't buying any of it. So Jewell will reach first base on the walk, and Jake Hovden will get his courtesy at first base. First and third, one down. Austin Ashbacker to the plate. The Baby Bull is 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first and grounded to short in the third. 3-2-0 for Decorah, 0-3-6 for Waukon. Got your tune picked out there yet?
I'm still working.
Hopefully the inning's long enough that you can keep thinking there, partner. Pitch to Austin, a breaking ball over the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. Jake Qualley, the only man to get a base hit, and the reason he was pinch ran for is he's warming up in the bullpen right now. The ball's one strike, and the pitch outside. Runner goes, throw down to second base. Kirum's off the glove of the second baseman, Simblick, and backing up at shortstop is Benzing. That allows Osley to stay put at third base. Hovden will steal second. It's 1-1, and now Ashbacker will bat with 2 runners in scoring position.
Really good opportunity here to bust this thing open with an extra base hit. Wouldn't even take that, just a single.
Austin is the leader in team RBIs, and he swings and misses at a curveball, and it's 1-2. Austin continuing to have trouble with that deuce.
He is, and he's a fastball hitter, as good as it comes, and that's, hitting the curve is something he needs to improve on.
Pitch outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Austin Ashbacker. 2-2 on number 22. With 2 runners in scoring position, the pitch outside. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes now. This is the first real inning that the Vikings have forced Trundle to get deep into counts, and he's yet to prove to this point that he can finish an at-bat when he's deep into a count like that. 3-2 delivery, swung on and missed, and there he just did. Good curveball to Ashbacker, and that's the second strikeout of the night for Austin Trundle.
You'd really like to see these 2 runs get in. That would really change the complexion of this game coming down the stretch here.
So Kyle Kane will bat with runners at second and third. 2 down, 5th inning, a 3-0 lead for Decorah. Kane 0 for 2. Here's a chopper towards third. It's fielded there at third by Brock Waters. He'll throw to first base. The throw gets away from Schwartz. Osley will score. Coming to the plate is Jake Hovden. Throw to the plate, not in time. Now going to second base is Kyle Kane. The throw there is not in time. And Bob Jacobson is saying the run at the plate is going to be out. They're going to say Hovden was out or Kane was out, and I don't know how many runs that will score. I believe 1 run will score, and I'm not sure that. I think they ruled Hovden out at the plate. They're going to now. Bob Jacobson is saying both runs will score, and they're going to rule interference at the plate on the throw down to second base.
Okay.
So the error will allow the 2 runs to score, and Kane is out at second base because one of the runners got up and impeded the throw of the catcher down to second base. Is that a fair way?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Plays like that sometimes can be really confusing calls for umpires to sort through, but I think they got it right here. I think they did make the correct call.
All right, we go to the 6th inning, 5-0 Decorah. We go to the 6th inning after a little bit of confusion at the end of the top of the 6th inning.
Was a result of interference on the throw to second base.
At the end of the bottom of the 5th inning, Vikes do get both of the runs home, and Parker Hesse will start things here in the 6th inning. A 5-0 lead for Decorah as the Indian defense continually letting them down. That's 7 errors tonight on walk-on. Hesse bounced into a forced play in the first and grounded to third in the third, and Josie starts him with the strike, 0-1. But it's another case. You didn't strike out. You put the ball in play. You put pressure on the defense. And so far tonight, the Indian defense hasn't handled that pressure.
Yep, and you got to do what's in front of you. And
0-1 delivery at the knees and just beneath. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And the game of baseball, not every night the hits are gonna fall for you, but what you can control is putting the ball in play, and the Vikings have done a great job of that tonight.
And the pitch is out of the zone from Josie. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jake Qualley did warm up a little bit between innings. 2-1 delivery, swung on, popped up right side. Josie Jewell off the mound, calls for it, makes the catch towards the first base foul line. 1 down here in the 6th inning. And quietly, Josie Jewell now is set down 7 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settled in, and he's become much more precise with the location with the fastball, and I think that's what's really allowed him to go deep into this game.
1 down, nobody on. Jordan Wolf for a walk-on. Has grounded to the pitcher in the 1st and the 3rd inning. Tried to backdoor him with the breaking ball, and it's taken outside. 1 ball, no strikes. And Josie right now at the 84 pitch total, probably a little more than you want at this time, but all things considered, as the pitch swung on and missed, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Josie probably more of a strikeout pitcher than the other pitchers that Decorah has, and when you're a strikeout pitcher, you're going to throw more pitches. The 1-1 delivery outside, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, Josie gets a lot of swings and misses just because how hard his fastball is and how much his curveball breaks. So naturally, his pitch count's going to get a little more elevated than a normal pitcher.
Pitch swung on and ground ball toward short. Qualley fields right on the second base bag, and he'll throw to first base with Pierce catching the ball, and they're going to say that Bryce Pierce foot was off the bags. I got to think that he actually beat it out because the throw beat him and Bryce's foot didn't move.
Yeah, I'm
going to say that's an infield hit.
I would say so.
No argument from the Decorah dugout, so runner at first and 1 down, and Jacob Ronan to the plate. And actually, there's a pinch runner out at first base, and actually it's a courtesy runner since it's the catcher. And I didn't catch the number there as Jacob Ronan is 1 for 2. Grounded to the pitcher in the 2nd, infield hit in the 4th. Pitch is out of the zone from Josie. 1 ball, no strikes. I believe that's Landon Severson down at first base. The pitch, curveball taken for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. 5-0 Decorah. We play the top half of the 6th inning. Stretch. And the 1-1 delivery swung on, fouled, right side out of play last Friday night. That would have been in the drink, but fortunately the waters of the upper Iowa have receded since that time.
Cut down on the baseball budget a little bit.
1-2 delivery. Josie goes sidearm. Browns 1 towards short. Picked up there by Qualley. Goes to the short way to second for the first out. That's the only out they'll get. But Qualley and Nimrod combined to get the lead runner for the 2nd out here in the 6th.
And a great choice by Colin, not making the extra throw and getting overzealous. There was no way we were going to complete that double play. So a great decision just to hold on to that baseball.
2 down. Runner at first. Hunter Hamill to the plate. 5-0 walk on. We play at the top of the 6th. Hamill walked in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 4th. 0 for 1. Curveball taken high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. The score stays put. Vikes will have some opportunity to get some cash out of E&J with some insurance runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-0 delivery, swinging a foul back. It's 1 ball, 1 strike every time the Viking baseball or softball team leads in the 6th inning or beyond and scores another run. It's an E&J Petersburg insurance run. Every time that happens, it's $25 from E&J Petersburg Agency to the Decorah Viking Athletic Booster Club. Swinging a foul. Right side out of play. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Of course, Bob and Martha, part of the hard-working members of those booster clubs. Bob's down here early, grilling the brats pretty much every day. Beats the heck out of sitting in the office.
That's for sure.
1-2 pitch outside and got by Kyle Kane and up to second base will go Ronan. Kyle a little frustrated with himself for not stopping that one.
Yep, just got a little lazy with the feet, and that's what happens when you don't move them.
A lot of 2s on the top of the board, Elliot.
So wild.
2-2 with 2 outs on number 2. So the deuce is extra wild here tonight. 2-2 to Hamill. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's that for the sixth inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. It is Decorah leading by a 5-0 margin.
Half of the 6:25.
Insurance run time for the Vikings as they lead it by a 5-0 margin. Dustin Carey, who's been on base twice and scored 2 runs, will come to the plate.
If there are, they're in the mailbox downstairs.
Carey reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the second, hit by a pitch and scored in the fourth. 0 for 1 officially, and he'll foul the first pitch off. No balls, 1 strike. Got a feel for Austin Trundle. He's throwing some pretty good baseball tonight, but hasn't had anything to reward himself for as the pitch fouled off, and it's 2 strikes to nothing on Dustin Carey. 62 pitches. He's given up only 2 hits. 5 runs, none of them earned. He's hit 1, he's walked 1, and he's struck out 2. 0-2 delivery. Curveball. Carey waits back and fouls it back. And it is still no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I've been pretty impressed with the performance that he's given on the mound. He's been pretty sound with his location and really kept us off balance. But like we've said, he just hasn't gotten the help from his men behind him.
0-2 again to Carey. Fastball missing outside is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count. The pitch swung on, popped up right side, right center field. Hunter Hamill yields to the right fielder, Marshall Lyons, and Lyons will make the catch for the first out here in the 6th inning. So 1 down here in the 6th. And Bryce Pierce will bat for the first time today. Pierce came in defensively in the 5th inning. At first base for Smorsy. Pierce is 0 for 3 with a run scored on the campaign. Curveball taken low, 1 ball, no strikes. Good time here to get your first varsity base hit.
Yes, it is. It's always a good time.
1-0, smacked into center and a base hit.
And there it is, right on cue. Pretty good piece of hitting on that low pitch at the knee, too. Did it pretty technically sound.
So if Scott and Laurie ever say Brace doesn't listen, we'll have to argue that point.
Very, very true. He did there, at least.
Runner at first, 1 down, and Brady Dolly now going to bat for Colin Nimrod. Dolly 0 for 3 on the season. Brady, the junior, batting from the right-hand side of the plate. The pitch, breaking ball on the outside edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, he's had some arm trouble that's kind of held him back a little bit this year, but 0-1 delivery, swung on a little number up the third base side. Trundle retreats, makes the play, goes to second for the first out, and that's the only out he's going to get. That's a nice play by Austin Trundle.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that he even thought about going to second base on that play. Very heads up to cut down that lead runner.
So 2 down and a runner at first, and Gavin Nimrod to the plate. Struck out looking the first, bounced into a fielder's choice to score 2 runs in the 2nd inning and grounded to short in the 4th. So Colin now will re-enter for Brady Dolly. Good to see Brady back on the field. He's just a kid that absolutely loves baseball.
Yep, and he's got some tools that you can work with too, that's for sure.
So Nimrod will start the 4th trip around the batting order and take the pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. Nimrod struck out looking in the first, reached on a fielder's choice that scored 2 runs in the 2nd, grounded to short in the 4th inning. The pitch swung on, fly ball, center field. Underneath it is Hunter Hamill. He will make the catch to retire the side. So, 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the 7th inning. Closing time for the Vikes. They lead at 5-0. Top of the 7th inning for Waukon. Josie Jewell working on a 4-hit shutout. Bottom third of the order due for Waukon as Matt Simblick, who is 0 for 2, will start things. And Josie throws the first one low, 1 ball, no strikes. Simblick struck out looking in the 2nd, rounded to second in the 4th. Next pitch fouled away, right side and out of play. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Josie at the 97 pitch total right now. 1-1 outside for 2 balls, 1 strike. Spikes got their 2 runs in the second inning. A ball off the bat of Gavin Nimrod in a bases loaded 1-out situation. It ended up being a fielder's choice, which scored 1 run. Curve taken low. It is 3 balls, 1 strike. And a wild throw trying to get the second out. Scored the second run, made it 2-0. The only really earned run of the night for Decorah was a Colin Nimrod sacrifice bunt on a squeeze play to score Dustin Carey. 3-1 from Josie up for ball 4. Josie has hit the 100 pitch total. That's his 3rd walk of the night. And a throwing error at third base by Brock Waters scored 2 runs with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Vikes scored 4 of their 5 runs with 2 outs tonight. And Sam Schwartz will bat. He walked in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 4th. Pitch taken low from Josie. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Qualley has warmed up and probably would be ready to go should they need him, but obviously coach would rather have him finish as the pitch high and tight to Schwartz, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Especially with 5-run lead and with the way Decorah plays defense. Pitch taken low, 3 balls, no strikes. All you want right here is strikes.
Yep, that's all you really need. But I'm sure some fatigue is starting to set in with that high pitch count here for Josie.
No doubt about it. 3-0, outside corner for a strike, and it's 3-1. Sam Schwartz started to toss the bat away, but Bob's not a big fan of that.
No, he's not.
The 3-1 inside for ball 4, and a couple of walks to start things here in the 7th inning. And Coach O, I think, is going to go out of the dugout, and that might be it for Josie Jewell. And if it's Qualley to short, Josie would probably go to 3rd, Carey would go to 2nd, and Colin Nimrod would move over to short. That is if Coach O makes a change here. 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Decorah, no runs, 4 hits, 7 errors for Waukon, as Qualley is going to get the baseball. So Josie will move to 3rd, Dustin Carey will move over to 2nd, and Colin Nimrod will move over to short. So Josie, 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, even though both base runners are his responsibility. He ended up walking 4 and striking out 7 on the night. So all in all, when you give up 4 hits in 6+ innings and no runs, you can't really complain too much about the outing of Jewell.
Yeah, I thought he had a very good outing, especially during the middle innings. I thought he had great control and command of the fastball and the curve, and he's going to be tough to beat when he can command both of those pitches in the strike zone.
Jake Qualley is 1-2 on the season, making his already 8th appearance. He's thrown 16 innings, given up 6 earned runs, walked 5, struck out 14. He has a 1.68 ERA, and opponents hitting 1.68 against him. And he has 3 saves, and he looks for his 4th. And you kind of wonder, though, it's kind of the way the Vikes used Landon Ashbacker last year as kind of a relief specialist. Can Jake Qualley maybe be that relief specialist, that guy that can get outs 19, 20, and 21 for you this year?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. And one of the big things I think that Jake Qualley does very well is throw strikes. That's something you want late in the ball game, no doubt about it. So I think Jake could definitely kind of take over that late inning role.
5 walks in 25 innings and 1 hit batter. Definitely an acceptable total. 1 walk per 5 innings. First and second, nobody out. Marshall Lyons, the batter, and he'll look at a strike, nothing in 1. Lyons bounced into a fielder's choice to end the 2nd and struck out swinging in the 5th. 0-1 the count on Marshall Lyons. 5-0 Decorah here in the top of the 7th inning. Qualley delivers, and the pitch swung on and fouled back, and is no balls, 2 strikes on Marshall Lyons. So 2 pitches, 2 strikes from Fiver. Simbulik, the runner at 2nd, and Schwartz, the runner at 1st. And a whirl and a throw to second base. Back to the bag, diving is Simblick.
I don't think he wanted to throw that right away, but when he realized he had a chance, when he turned around, he thought it might as well.
Yeah. As Don DeLora calls time so he can see the pitching plate. The ball's 2 strikes to count, and the pitch. Swing and a miss at a changeup, it looked like, and that's a strikeout for Qualley. 1 down here in the 7th inning. A good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Marshall Lions.
That's what you like to see when you put a guy in the ball game going right after hitters.
Adam Benzing is 2 for 3. Single to right in the first, single to left in the third, fly to right in the fifth. 2 on, 1 out, 7th inning, 5-0 Decorah. The pitch, swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 0-1. 4 pitches, 4 strikes. The ball's 1 strike. Qualley looks back at second in the 0-1 delivery. Swinging a foul, right side, out of play, so it's 0-2. These 2 teams will get together for the doubleheader in Waukon at the end of the month. I believe that's the last Tuesday in June, if I'm not mistaken. Kane looks over at Coach O for the pitching side. Now flashes it to Qualley, who comes set. Looks around the base pass. 0-2 delivery. Ground ball to the right side. Picked up there by Dustin Carey. Throwing on to first base and Bryce Pierce. Out recorded there. Runners move up. They'll be there with 2 down. Simblick moving up to third and Schwartz to second. And Austin Trundle, the last hope for the moment for the Indians. A 5-0 lead for Decorah. Trundle 0 for 2, struck out looking in the first, sacrificed a runner up in the third, and struck out swinging in the fifth. And the pitch swung on a ground ball towards third and foul. No balls, 1 strike. I think part of the reason where Coach O will have confidence in Qualley, A, because of how he's performed to this point, and B, you wonder what you're going to give up defensively at shortstop. You're not giving up a lot with Colin Nimrod.
You're right about that. Our infield stays pretty solid.
0-1 delivery, curveball grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. Scoring on the play is Simblick. Schwartz will stay put at third. A 2-out RBI single for Austin Trundle. It's a 5-1 ball game, and the Indians still have life. That run charged to Josie Jewell as Schwartz moves up to third on the play. Trundle with his 4th RBI of the season. And Parker Hesse, who is 0 for 3, will come to the plate. A 5-1 lead for Decorah. Hesse bounced into a fielder's choice in the first, grounded to third in the third, and popped to the pitcher in the 6th. Qualley comes set in the pitch. Taking a lone outside. Keen to his right to stop that one. 1 ball, no strikes. Haven't even gotten to my efforts to retire the number 4 tonight.
Someday, maybe.
1-0. In there for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. I tried for the number 10 in football, but the guy pitching wore it pretty well this year.
He did. He really did.
1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch swung on and missed, took a little something off, and Hesse out in front. And now the Vikings 1 strike away from victory. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 in, 2 on. 5-1 Decorah here in the 7th. And the 1-2 delivery, swinging a foul at the plate. We mentioned Qualley does have 3 saves. This is a non-save situation. He's just trying to finish it up for Josie Jewell. Trying to give Josie his 4th win of the season. Pitch swung on, driven towards left field. It'll land in front of Ashbacker for the base hit. So Schwartz will score. Trundle will move to second base. It's now a 5-2 ball game. And Jordan Wolf, the team leader in RBI, will come up for a walk-on. Just got to finish here.
Yep, you've got to finish, and somehow the tying run has found its way to the plate, but luckily there's 2 outs, so you got to bear down and get this last one here.
Wolf, 1 for 3 on the night. Got an infield hit in the 6th after 2 ground outs to the pitcher in the 1st and the 3rd. The first pitch to Wolf taken low. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Wolf, the team leader in RBI. Qualley delivers, pitch swung on and missed. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. That'll officially close the book on Josie. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 4 walks and 7 strikeouts. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jake comes set in the 1-1 delivery. That one taken low for 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Jordan Wolf. Qualley back to the hill. The 2-1 delivery, swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Two and two the count with 2 down. Stretched by Qualley. And the 2-2 delivery swung on, driven towards right center field, and that's trouble. It's going to go all the way to the fence. Scoring is Trundle. Hesse being waved in. Relay throw to the plate. Actually, Hesse's going to get stopped at third. As the outfield gets to that ball quickly, it'll be an RBI double for Jordan Wolf. It's now a 5-3 ball game, and now the tying run is in scoring position.
Yeah, that's a big extra base hit there. Like you said, got the tire on in scoring position, so this is where you really got to bear down, get tough, and get out.
Coach O out of the dugout to head out and talk to his infield and battery on the hill. So credit the Indians for just being scrappy and hanging around here, Luke.
Yeah, they've put together a nice little inning right here, and that's what they do. They're pesky. They stick around, and we're 1 base hit away from having a tie ball game.
Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. Luke Kane, Darren Swenson with you for Decorah Viking Baseball, as it's just a pep talk for Coach O. Talking to Qualley as the batter will be Jacob Ronan, who is 1 for 3. Inning started with a couple of walks. Then Qualley struck out Lyons, got Benzing to ground out, an RBI single for Trundle, an RBI single for Hesse, and an RBI double for Wolf has made it 5-3. Indians now out hitting the Vikings 7-3. Ronan 1 for 3 on the night. Second and third with 2 down. And the pitch is inside from Qualley. 1 ball, no strikes.
It's important for the outfielders to know where they're going to be throwing the baseball here.
1-0 delivery, swinging a pop-up foul, right side and out of play. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Ronan, the 8th batter of the inning. All 3 runs have scored with 2 outs. A 5-3 lead for Decorah here in inning number 7. The 1-1 delivery swung out a ground ball towards third. Josie picks it up. He fires it across the diamond, and that's a Viking victory. The Vikings hold off a furious rally from Waukon here in the 7th inning. Indians score 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left in the 7th, but it's too little too late as Decorah wins it 5-3.
And, Darren, outside of the last inning, we pitched the ball pretty efficiently. And it's great to see Josie making that last play of the ball game and, putting an exclamation point on it.
So, totals in the game, 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 6 left for Decorah. 3 runs, 7 hits, 7 errors, and 6 left for Waukon. Josie Jewell, the winning pitcher, he is now 4-1. The losing pitcher for Waukon is Austin Trundle. He is now 0-3, and you can argue that Austin deserved a way better fate in tonight's ball game. And the one total we got to talk about in analyzing this game, the error column, Decorah for the 9th time in 13 games, no errors. Waukon at 7, as Coach Keenan and Coach Sires will tell their kids a very unacceptable total.
Yep, and that you're right. That's the difference in the ball game. I would say Trundle and Jewell pitched pretty evenly all night long, and the defenses behind them were the difference tonight.
All right, Luke, final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, like I said, I thought we pitched and played defense pretty well. That's what won us the ball game. We're starting to put it together a little bit offensively, but some improvement with the approach, and timely hitting still is there.
Well, good to have you back in the fold for one night, and you'll be back on the microphone a few times yet this year. Good weekend of studying and getting yourself ready for the LSATs coming up on Monday, so you can eventually either become my agent or get me out of trouble in the future.
Sounds awesome.
And other people, for that matter. But nonetheless, good luck to you on Monday with that, and we'll see you at the ballpark here in the near future.
Sounds great, Darren.
Luke Kane exiting the broadcast. Many people to thank for making it possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So, as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you, that's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We know you enjoyed the outcome. Final score tonight, Decorah 5 and a Waukon 3. Monday night, we'll have Decorah Viking baseball on the air once again, as the Decorah Vikings will take on the Waverly Shellrock Go-Hawks here from Olensack Field. Our coverage will start at about 7:20. So, for our entire KDEC sports team, for our bouncer Chris Wanless, for Elliot Christian on moral support, for Luke Kane, I'm Darren Swenson saying so long from Olensack Field. Vikings win it tonight 5-3. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. Have yourselves a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again on Monday night.